So I'm here at the Papa Toto Junior Rapid, the 7th Papa Toto Junior Rapid with John.
I'm Candidate Master and National Arbiter Stan Yee.
And I'm National Arbiter Barry Hooton.
I've been a member of the Papatoetoe Chess Club now for 52 years. And the early days, I started, like most people do, I didn't start playing until I was about 23. So I played like most people do these days. Most of them join join chess clubs when they were 6 or 7 years old.
Yeah.
And more now that after what seems to be COVID, they seem to be coming in more rapidly. The kids are better trained and better coached, and also there's a lot more interest in junior chess.
It's been great actually. Yesterday we had the A, B and C grades,
Right.
and today we had the junior. A lot of work behind the scenes actually. We planned this about a year ago and we used the templates for the entry forms from last year. We had to put it on our website and we would put it on New Zealand chess.net website as well,
Right.
QR codes and so on. And entries were online. We had a cut-off date 2 days before the tournament. It was a lot of work behind the scenes with reconciliation, which you did, Barry.
Yeah, well, we did it. Yeah, there's a lot of that, making sure that the payments are coming through and that. And Keong and I worked through the time on that, and it all worked out very well in the end.
It has grown quite substantially. There's always room for improvement, and we seem to be improving all the time as the years have gone on. And I've run the Papatoetoe chess tournaments for 35 years, and just recently, this year, I didn't really have anything to do with the organisation of it, but they've got through with 30 playing in this junior competition and about 54 in the one yesterday for the A, B and C grade.
But my favourite time of the weekend is the junior tournament today. I really enjoy that, seeing the young kids, especially, like the under 8s and under 10s. It's fantastic seeing them enjoy the day, and yeah, all the sad faces after losing, but that's the way you've got to learn with chess. And getting to know a lot of the competitors in New Zealand. Over the years doing this, I've got to know a lot of people, and that's my favourite part really, is just interacting with all the chess players and just enjoying that. I don't know about you, Stan.
Well, for me, a couple of things. One, I actually recall I suppose only a handful of people actually played book openings, and you could tell that they knew the openings, and they had worked on the openings. Usually it was the top 2 boards, so the top 4 people knew the openings. But what really amused me was some of the brilliancies that these young kids actually played. When they got into a critical tactical situation, they didn't panic. They thought about it and they made some really brilliant moves, and I mean brilliant. Some of these kids will grow up to be just great players, and there'll be names to watch.
There was quite a number of older gentlemen there at the time, and after beating me up pretty badly, I never actually went back, and it was only my brother who got coached from one of New Zealand's best players, a person called Orton Sarapoon, my brother David. And anyway, I used to take him down because I was working at the time. I used to take him every Wednesday night down to the club, and all of a sudden he started to win all the competitions they play for, and I thought, oh, I might go back one night, and he said, oh, come in and play, and I said, oh. Anyway, I did. So, and I've sort of been here ever since.
Well, last year was a little bit awkward because of the COVID lockdown, so our numbers were down. This year was just great, with no compulsory wearing of masks, so a lot more people. We had 87 entrants this weekend, whereas last year, it was down about 50 or 60. It was terrible.
But pre-COVID, we used to get around about 100, just a bit over. So we have, since COVID, we have lost a lot of entries. I'm not quite sure why. Maybe it just take a bit of time for it to come back up again next year. Oh, we also have, I think you've talked to John McRae. He usually does a lot of promotion before the tournament, but he wasn't able to this year. That helps quite a lot. He goes around to all the clubs weeks and weeks before, and schools too, because he does a lot of schools, and he gets a lot of entries that way. So I think next year we're going to make sure that we do all of that sort of promotion, and hopefully get our numbers back up over the 100. That's what I'd like to see.
Well, I was a president and treasurer both at the same time. So, and I was president for about 12 years and treasurer off and on for probably the same period of time. But some of it, we used to arrange tournaments with other clubs from Te Mudu, Hamilton. We used to go to Whangarei, which is up north, and we used to have, and then later on I joined, Papatoe joined the Inter Club. It used to be played by the four clubs of Auckland in those days, and Papatoe became the fifth. And for a long time, that's all there was in Auckland. There was only 5 clubs in Auckland: Papatoe, Howick, North Shore, Auckland Chess Centre, and Waitakere. And I became president of the Auckland Chess Association in 1996, and I was president from then right through to 2001.
Yes, yesterday we actually had one international master from Wellington, and we had about 3 Federation masters, which obviously draws in the competition because people want to play against the masters. And I think we had at least one candidate master, and the more title players we can get, the better attraction it is to draw people in.
Just thinking there too, the other thing I would like to see, and it's getting close I think, is that in the past few years the girls have started to come up, and I'm talking about the junior tournament mainly, and what I want to see is one of the girls eventually winning that main cup, and I think it's getting close, and I think that'll be a good milestone for New Zealand. Yeah, it's just more and more of the girls are coming into the game, and it's great.